You know someone like this. Reads everything, researches everything, knows more about the topic than anyone in the room, never does anything with it. Then there's the other person, skips the reading, makes 100 mistakes, somehow ends up ahead. This isn't luck. It's not talent. It's not even work ethic. It's a cognitive trap, and smart people fall into it harder than anyone else. Chapter 1. The Preparation Illusion. Your brain has a hierarchy. At the top, survival. Near the bottom, starting something uncomfortable before you feel ready. Smart people are especially good at feeling almost ready. One more article, one more course, one more week of research. Then they'll be prepared enough to begin. Psychologist Gary Klein calls this analysis paralysis. But it's worse than that. It's not that you can't decide. It's that your brain has convinced you that preparing is progressing. It feels productive. It registers as effort. Dopamine fires. Nothing moves. The person who skips straight to doing, their brain gets feedback immediately. Real feedback, not the simulated feedback of feeling informed. Actual resistance from the real world. And real resistance is the only thing that teaches you what you actually need to know. Here's what that means for you. Every hour spent preparing without doing is your brain writing a check reality hasn't cashed yet. Chapter 2. The Competence Trap. Smart people have high internal standards. That's not a flaw, except when it is. When your standard for good enough to start is set by your ability to imagine the best possible version of the thing, you will never start. The person with lower standards, they begin. They produce something rough. They get corrected. They adjust. That correction loop is the actual mechanism of getting better. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this the difference between a performance mindset and a growth mindset. But here's the part people miss. It's not about attitude. It's about information flow. The smart person is optimizing for not being wrong in public. The other person is collecting data. One of these compounds, the other one stalls. Every mistake the second person makes is a signal. Every mistake the smart person avoids is a gap in their map of reality. By month 6, the gap isn't talent, it's information density. 2 chapters in. One more. Chapter 3. Motion versus movement. James Clear has a line that explains this cleanly. You can be in motion, planning, strategizing, preparing, without actually moving. Motion feels like progress. Movement produces it. Smart people are exceptional at motion. They can sustain it for months without noticing nothing has changed. Here's the test. Can you point to something that exists in the world that didn't exist before you started? A draft, a prototype, a conversation you had, an attempt, even a failed one. If not, you've been in motion. The uncomfortable truth is this: your brain is using your intelligence against you. The same capacity that helps you anticipate problems is being used to simulate enough of the process that your nervous system thinks something is happening. It isn't. The fix isn't complicated. It's uncomfortable. Pick the smallest possible version of the thing you're preparing for, not the plan for the thing itself. Shrink it until starting feels almost too easy. Then start before you're ready, because ready is a feeling your brain manufactures to keep you safe, not a signal that you're actually prepared. The people moving aren't less smart, they're just less interested in feeling ready. They want the feedback more than they want the comfort, and feedback is the only thing that closes the gap. If this pattern sounds familiar, you've been stuck. You know more than you've ever acted on. There's a reason your brain defaults here. It's the same system that makes procrastination feel like responsibility.